All right, buckle up, everyone, because we're about to take a deep dive into some breaking news. And, yeah, this one's a bit of a heart stopper.
Definitely a big one. Lots to unpack here.
We're talking Alex Ovechkin, the Great Eight, and, well, a potentially season-altering injury.
Huge implications for sure. For the Caps, for Ovechkin personally, the whole league's watching this unfold.
Absolutely. And, we're doing this deep dive because this news came straight from you, our listeners. Clearly, this story's got you hooked, so let's break it down together.
Yeah, let's get into it.
First things first, gotta warn you, we've got good news and bad news here. What do you want to start? Up to you.
You know, it's funny. Sometimes the order we hear things really colors how we see the whole situation. Maybe chronological order is best here, Let the story build naturally.
Okay, chronological it is. So imagine this. Capitals facing off against the Utah HC. Final score, 6-2, Caps take the win.
Big win. Good momentum for the team.
And guess who was the star of the show? Ovechkin, of course. 2 goals, just like it's another day at the office.
The man is a scoring machine. Even at his age, it's incredible to watch.
Which makes this whole injury thing even crazier, right?
Yeah.
Because remember, he's leading the league in goals right now.
It's almost unheard of what he's doing at 39.
Exactly. And for those keeping score at home, he's only 28 goals away from breaking Gretzky's all-time record.
That's the elephant in the room, isn't it? This injury throws a whole new level of uncertainty into the chase.
A massive wrench in the works, to say the least. So we've got the high of the win, Ovechkin dominating, and then, bam, third period happens.
Yeah, that's when everything changed.
Ovechkin goes into a collision with Utah forward Jack McBain. It was a brutal knee-on-knee hit, and you could see the pain instantly. Needed help getting off the ice.
You just knew it wasn't good, especially with Ovechkin, a guy known for playing through almost anything.
Exactly. He's incredibly durable, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's only missed, 35 games due to injury in his entire career? That's insane in a sport like hockey.
Testament to his toughness for sure. So when he goes down like that, you know it's got to be serious.
Yeah, and those early reports. Let's just say they weren't exactly reassuring. Lots of talk about potential serious damage. Waiting on those MRI results felt like an eternity.
Everyone was holding their breath, waiting for the official word.
And finally, we got it. The Washington Capitals announced that Ovechkin is out week to week with a leg injury.
Week to week, those two words can send shivers down a player's spine, especially at this point in his career.
No kidding. So, for Ovechkin, what does week to week actually mean? Break it down for us.
Well, first, let me be clear. It's serious. We're talking missing a good chunk of the season, probably a dozen games, maybe more.
Potentially derailing his momentum towards that Gretzky record.
It's a huge factor, no doubt. But the silver lining here, it's not season-ending. He avoids surgery, which is a major win at this stage of his career.
Definitely. But still, every game missed is a potential goal lost in that race against the record books.
Absolutely. It's a setback, no way around it. But, Ovechkin's never been one to back down from a challenge.
True that. So, let's look at the numbers for a sec. How's his current scoring pace stack up against, say, Gretzky's at the same age? Have other players bounced back from similar injuries and kept up their performance?
Well, Gretzky, he was just on another level. I mean, still putting up ridiculous numbers at this point in his career. Ovechkin's pace is amazing for his age, but this injury, it definitely makes things way tougher.
Yeah, I gotta figure it throws a wrench into things.
Historically, you look at players who depend heavily on speed and agility, like Ovechkin with that iconic shot of his. They tend to feel the impact of a knee injury more than others.
So, not the best odds, but hey, we're talking about Ovechkin here. This guy's a machine. Maybe this just fuels him even more.
He's proven time and again that he's got the resilience for it. And look, there's a lot of season left to play. Even missing a few weeks, he could come back with a fire in his belly.
A true comeback story in the making, perhaps. So we wait and see, but you gotta wonder, does this change how the Capitals play the rest of the season? What adjustments do they need without their star player?
Oh, absolutely. They got to figure out how to generate offense without leaning so heavily on Ovechkin. It's a chance for other players to step up, prove their worth.
So for you listening, I'm curious, what's your gut feeling? Does this injury put the Gretzky chase on ice? Or will Ovechkin beat the odds once again?
It's a nail biter, that's for sure. Only time will tell. But beyond the records and the stats, let's not forget, this is a tough blow for a guy who lives and breathes hockey.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in the numbers, but at the end of the day, it's a human story. We're wishing Ovechkin a speedy and full recovery.
Absolutely. And, this whole situation really highlights something we often forget. Even legends, they're not invincible. Injuries happen.
Makes you realize how much goes into reaching the top of your game, the dedication, the sacrifice. And honestly, it adds a whole other layer to Ovechkin's story now, doesn't it? Can he overcome this? Make history despite this setback? It's a question we're all going to be thinking about as we watch this unfold.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's a story we'll be watching closely, that's for sure.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, everyone. Keep those questions and insights coming, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Until then,